What's up, Knicks fans? What's up, Knicks fans? It's your boy, Mezzo. We are back with another episode of NY Knickswork. Listen, if you guys have tuned in to us before, if you're just tuning in now, please don't forget to subscribe. Put on your notifications so you can get that Knicks work, man. Last episode was a great episode. Thank you for the feedback, everybody. Thank you for the comments. People have been commenting on Facebook. People have been commenting on YouTube. We are going to shout you guys out. Not today. We're going to shout you guys out individually, but right now we'll shout you guys out collectively. Please don't forget to comment so we can interact. I love the great comments. Our last episode was about Pat Riley, part 1, and now the culmination, the conclusion of Pat Riley, one of the greatest coaches in Knicks history. And you're going to see why, especially in part 2. The first number that we're going to talk about is 1. That's right! Remember in our last episode we talked about Pat Riley taking the Knicks, those 93 Knicks, to the number 1 top of the Eastern Conference. This was while Jordan was playing, right? That's the regular season. They won 60 games, but this number represents their defensive rating. They went from 2. Remember in the last episode they went from 12 to 2. For the next 2 years, 94 and 95, respectively, they were first in defensive rating. First, once again, these were possibly the toughest Knicks that played in history. I'm willing to say that. You know, the 70s Knicks, there was some finesse guys. They had some toughness to them, but these were some of the toughest Knicks. You had Oak, you had Mason. Let's talk about some new additions. Derrick Harper, he was a new addition because I believe, don't quote me on the number, but I do know Doc Rivers went down. Remember, they had to pick up Doc Rivers. He went down, and they picked up wily veteran Derrick Harper. He was a key addition. Anthony Barner also off the bench. That's on that 94 team. So they continue to stay number 1 defensively. Pat Riley is the reason. There's nobody else. Remember, guys, Pat Riley got Jeff Van Gundy on his bench, a young Tom Thibodeau. So, they was defensive minded. Let's keep moving on to the next number. And the next number is 3. Wow, all these small numbers today, right? Yes, guys, I gotta talk about these 94 Knicks. By the way, guys, we're gonna be doing 94 Knicks versus 99 Knicks. Don't forget to subscribe again. You gotta subscribe so you can get all these great episodes we're gonna be doing. Look out for that episode. But let's stay focused on these 1994 Knicks. That's right, those 94 Knicks. Those Knicks were, I already said, the top defensive team in the league that year. They made the addition of Derrick Harper, but offensively, not so much. They were, I believe, 16th in offense, and one of the struggles, I believe, of the Knicks and why they didn't take it to the next level is because of their offense. 16th, their pace was in the 20s. They just played a lot of half-court basketball, and the number 3 that we're talking about, that number represents the amount of Game 7s that 93-94 team had to go through in their playoff run, in their finals run. Unfortunately, it wasn't a championship run. It was just a finals run. But it was those 94 team. That 94 team is one of the most beloved Knicks. They had an easy ride or an easy test in the first round against the New Jersey Nets. Smacked them, gentleman's sweep, 3-1. But then they had to see the Bulls. This is why it's significant, because Jordan's not there no more. Pippen, the infamous. Every one of the series after that had some Pip. That's the infamous Pippen will not go in series at the end of the game and Kukoc hits a game winner in Chicago. But the Knicks are able to pull it out in 7. And then the next series, they had to play those upstart Pacers with Reggie Miller and all those guys. No Mark Jackson yet. And guess what? Reggie Miller explodes in Game 5. Spike Lee gets blamed, so that they have to go through 7 games just to creep into the finals. The Knicks, now this is up to you guys. The Knicks are up in the finals. They are up. And then OJ, they chasing OJ during the finals. Every one of these series had a story to go with it, and then the story ain't over. 2 for 18, John Starks, your boy John Starks, which was some foreshadowing. The 94 team had 3 All-Stars. John Starks was one of them. He stepped up that year. 19 points a game, helping Ewing. Ewing was right 24. Remember in the other ones, he was right there 24. John Starks is right there 19. Right? But then when we get to the playoffs, he averages 14 a game, you know. And then we all know what he did in Game 7, 2 for 18, which killed us tremendously. Killed those Knicks tremendously, man. So, we're gonna move on to the very last number, and the last number is it's a percentage. It's a decimal point first. 0.680. That is Pat Riley's win percentage. That means he won 68% of his games while he was coach of the New York Knicks. People, I told you, the first year he won 51 games. The second year he won 60 games. The third year he won 57. In the 95 year, Mark Jackson's revenge, he won 55. Pat Riley, the winningest coach in New York Knicks history. Red Holzman, obviously he has the chips, he has the hardware, so he is the #1 coach. But when we think about the work that Pat Riley put in 4 years, to see where we was gonna head had we kept him. It seems like it's time for some story time. Alright, I got 2 quick stories for you. 2 things to first think about. That 95 year where Pat Riley gets eliminated in the second round again, right? Remember his first year, he got eliminated in the second round by the eventual champion Bulls. This time it wasn't the eventual champion, it was the Indiana Pacers. Let's have a little story, and 1 or 2, remember I got 2 stories for you. Let's remember about those Pacers that actually beat the Knicks, alright? Guys, we were this close. We're a finger roll by Patrick Ewing and 2 less threes from Reggie Miller. Remember, that's the series that Reggie Miller goes crazy. Who is Reggie Miller's backcourt partner? None other than the guy the Knicks gave up on. Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson's revenge. That's right. That series was Mark Jackson's revenge. I believe that the reason I'm telling you guys the story, because I believe in my heart of hearts, there's nothing the Knicks could have done. There's nothing the Knicks could have done to win that series. Mark Jackson, the basketball gods wanted that one for Mark Jackson. You know what I mean? Reggie Miller hit like 8 points in 9 seconds. Ewing misses a clear-cut finger roll, guys. You gotta let it go. The basketball guys, they did not want it. You guys gotta let it go. Gotta let it go. Gotta let it go. So that's the first story, Mark Jackson's revenge. Now to the last story and the culmination of this whole Pat Riley saga. Do you guys know why Pat Riley is not a New York Knick or with the Knicks organization today? I'll tell you. So after that very successful 4-year run, it was negotiation time. Pat Riley had to talk to the owners and he had some demands, some pretty strong demands. Pat Riley asked the owners for 25% of the team, meaning that he would be an owner himself, 25%. And he also asked them for $10 million per year for the next 5 years. So a $50 million contract and 25%. To which the Knicks reluctantly accepted quite such a big offer. And the Knicks countered that offer with $25 million for the next 5 years. Pat Riley was disgusted by that offer. He did not want any parts of that offer. As a matter of fact, he was so disgusted that he told the Knicks, "Deuces, I'm out," via fax machine. He didn't even call them up. He didn't even go in person. He's like, "Nah, they bugging. Y'all know what I just did? 0.680, 68% of my games I just won in 4 years. I made you guys #1 in defense. I made you guys contenders." Now, my question to you guys, Knicks fans, after hearing this story, what would you have done? Give me a counter offer that you guys would have gave Pat Riley. Because maybe some of you will say, "Yeah, nah, let him walk." But remember, nobody had hindsight. Nobody had hindsight. Hindsight is always 20/20. And now you can say, "Man, look at all that he did." You know, in Miami, Pat Riley won championships in Miami. Pat Riley won championships in LA. No championships in New York. He only had 4 years here. It looked like he was trending toward a championship. So guys, you guys tell me what you would have done. This is the end of Pat Riley's Inside the Mathematics. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for checking the show out. Please don't forget to follow us on the gram at Knickswork. It's right over there. Please don't forget to subscribe. Yes. And put your notifications on. And please share. Share. We're trying to grow. Alright? Guys, Pat Riley was a great coach. I would have gave him everything. If you want to ask me, I would give him everything. Go ahead. Go ahead. Even without hindsight. He did enough to let me know that he deserved it. And look what. He brought LeBron to Miami. He brought Shaq to Miami. Right? Don't want to depress you guys even more. Alright, guys. Keep quarantining. Enjoy. I enjoy you guys. It's your boy Mizzle. I'm out of here for Knickswork. Y'all know how we do it.